You want to make more money as a content creator in 2025? Well, my business partner and I have closed over $100,000 in sales over the past year and a half in the online coaching and content creation space. After hundreds of videos have made and trying out many different models, we finally found one that works. So I want to teach you that model that we used to make money from our online audience. So what you're going to want to start off with is working from the ground up. And what I mean by this is that you're going to have a specific offer. You're going to have that offer, and this is what you're going to offer to your audience. And you shouldn't be thinking, oh, how can I grow my audience? How can I get more views? Instead, what you want to be thinking is, what problem can I solve? Because you've probably already garnered some attention, and even if you haven't, what we have to look at is it doesn't matter if you have a large audience if you don't know how to monetize them, if you don't know what they want. Because if you don't know what they're willing to buy, then you're not going to be able to make money. So we have to start with, what problem can we solve that we can create into a product? Because this product is going to be the thing you then sell to this audience. And this is going to be super powerful because it's going to allow you to define exactly what you need to offer to people. So that way they are going to then be willing to buy from you. But this content doesn't matter if it's not going to result in flow to your offer. So if it's not going to result in flow to your offer, to you actually making money, then it literally does not matter what content you create, how many views you get. You always have to start with, what problem am I solving? Because fundamentally, the problem you're solving is going to equal the value you are creating. And what I mean by this is that a value is created when pain is alleviated. When you alleviate pain, when you remove a problem from somebody's life, what'll end up happening is it's going to remove an obstacle that is in their path to getting to the goal that they have. So if you have a specific goal and you want to be able to get to that point, well, the thing is there's something stopping you from getting there if you hadn't gotten there yet. So what your goal is to define the discrepancy between their goal and then the progress level that they are at right now. So their current progress level. Because if you can define their current progress level and then their desired progress level, you're going to be able to then define the discrepancy between these two places, and then that gap is going to be problems that you're then going to solve in your product. Because that's where we're going to start. We're going to look at what problems they're going to face on their way to getting to their desired goal, so that way they can make more progress. And then what we're going to do is look at, okay, what specifically, you want to attach a number to this. So imagine if you're trying to help middle-aged men who are blue-collar workers, you're trying to help them lose weight. They have a little bit of weight on them since they were younger, and they're trying to help them lose weight. Let's say the end goal, desired goal, is in 3 months. They want to lose 20 pounds. Well, maybe that's a huge goal. I don't know, but it's an example, and this example is going to then say that the best part about this is your offer. So what you're going to offer them, saying, hey, I'm going to decrease your weight by 20 pounds, and then that's where you're going to put here. So your offer is going to be, okay, that means I'm going to get you to lose 20 pounds, right? So then when you say this is what you're going to offer people, that's what's going to be right here. And the best part about this is that, if you know exactly what they want, then all you have to do is translate the problems they're going to struggle with when trying to lose this weight. What you do is then translate that over to your content strategy and what content you make. Because if you don't know what problem you're trying to solve or fundamentally what goal you're trying to get somebody, you aren't going to understand the steps they have to take to get there. So if you don't understand that, then you're not going to be able to make proper content that's going to actually be able to attract the right types of people. Well, how do you actually attract the right types of people? It's by understanding who you're trying to attract in the first place. So there's a few key things that you have to understand when you're trying to do this. So it's a group of people, fundamentally. That's who you're trying to get, a specific group of people, which are called your niche. Because your niche is just a fraction, so it's a fractal part of the market. A market is the general group of people. So this is going to be broken down into a few categories. So as I was saying, your niche is a fraction. It's a specific part of your market. Therefore, you need to break it down into the few fundamental things of your niche. So there's going to be a few key things here within your niche. It's going to be the age. So this can be, let's say it's going to be 22-year-old males that are working, let's say they're working in real estate, and what they're trying to do is sell commercial buildings. So specifically, they're working in commercial real estate. Their problem is that they can't get the volume of deals that they want. So that's the problem. The goal is to get to $10 million in deals in commercial real estate sold within a year. And some qualities they have is they're probably hardworking, maybe they're disciplined, maybe they are strapped on time and they're trying to organize their time, but they're not too organized. They're all over the place. They're a little bit sporadic, but of course they're ambitious. So then the problem you're going to solve here, let's say there's many different ways you can go about this, but let's say the problem you define is that you realize that the biggest problem here is just simply the fact that they can't manage their time very well. So it's time. So this time management, you could just sell time management to high schoolers and maybe make a couple $100 possibly off of, one sale. Or you could sell time management and we can say time management / automation. So automating certain things in their day and managing some parts of their time. You can do that and make a lot more money. Because imagine because you managed and automated some of their time, you were able to help them make $1 million more just off of one more deal throughout the year. $1 million. That's how powerful this is. So you want to choose a niche. You want to choose a niche that has high buying power, meaning they have a lot of money that they're going to be able to spend on working with you. So our goal is going to be to figure out what is that for you. The easiest way you're going to be able to do this is look at, okay, what content are you making right now? And then what transformation have you made for yourself in the past? So there's a goal, and then there's current progress level. The thing is that you have already reached this goal. So you have already reached this goal, and then you've already solved some of these problems. So because you've already solved some of these problems that are on the way or to you being able to then get to this goal, what you're then going to be able to do is say, hey, I can apply the skills that I learned to solve these problems to this. And that's going to be your goal, is to identify what are the problems that you dealt with, what skills did you acquire that allowed you to solve these problems. Skills fundamentally are just a set of actions which get you consistently to one outcome. The more consistently you can get an outcome, or to the degree which the outcome is, that's how well you are skilled in that area. So if you have the skill or the skill set of time management and the other skills that go in it, then you can start developing an offer to these people to automate and manage their time for them, either for them or teaching them how. Now, this isn't going to get you a lot of views because there won't be a ton of people when you go specific, but your goal shouldn't be to get a lot of views. Your goal should be to go as specific as possible. So most of the time, people focus on lead quantity, but you don't want to be focusing on lead quantity, and instead you want to focus on lead efficiency, because a lead is fundamentally just somebody you have contact with. So you can get more into contact of somebody who's going to be a more efficient buyer, meaning they're going to have not only more money to spend with you, but they're going to be more likely to spend this money. They're going to be more efficient because you're going to get more out for what you put in, and you're going to have more leverage over this person. And instead of focusing on getting as many views as possible, we're focusing on getting the right viewers and the right audience. Now that you have this offer and you have that stuff defined that we talked about, your goal is to set up your conversion system, meaning getting leads, getting these people who watch your content to buy your offer. So if our goal is to get these eyes here, well, you have to do something. And that's fundamentally where the word friction comes in. Well, friction is coming from like your hand, right? That friction, what it does is create warmth. And then that's going to show you the lead warmth level, right? Lead warmth level. The reason why the lead warmth level is so important is because, as you notice, the more you rub your hands together, the warmer they're going to get, and eventually they're going to get like decently hot, right? Or when you put some of your food into the microwave, the longer it stays in there, the hotter it's going to be, and the hotter it's going to be when you get it out to eat. It's going to be the same thing here. If leads have a stronger warmth level, if you can get them to be really, really warm, by the time they see your offer, they're going to be hotter. Well, what's the thing that's hot? When you touch it, you immediately bring your hand back. It's the same thing here with when they see your offer, except they're going to be jumping on top of it. So they're so warm, they're just ready and hot and ready to fire and buy from you. And then that's going to be our goal here. Well, that's going to be by understanding these different lead warmth levels. And once you can understand the different lead warmth levels, you're going to be able to more effectively convert these leads. First is cold. A cold lead is somebody who doesn't know you, they don't know their problem, and they don't know the solution to their problem. Cool is that they know one of the three. So if they know one of the three, they know that you have a solution to their problem or a solution to a problem. They know you, or they know they have a problem. So it's one of these three, right? And then warm is they know you and they know they have a problem. So it's here is nothing. So it's literally just nothing. And then right here is just one of the things. So we can say this is just that they know they have a problem. And then warm is they know they have a problem and they know you. Hot is they know you have the solution. They know they have a problem and they know you. And then guess what? Burning is they know they have all three of these things. So they have every single one of those things. And on top of that, they've already acted on something within your content. And that brings me over to setting up that conversion system to get them to act on these things. It's all going to be starting with your profile. So your profile is going to be, your channel profile, whether that's Instagram or YouTube, something of that nature. And then that's going to be directly related to your content, because your profile is going to be how you want people to perceive you. So your profile is going to show how you want people to perceive you and what they want, what you want them to think about you and how they're going to view you. And then your content is going to be what people associate with you. So if people associate specific things with you, then what's going to happen is that they're going to associate the solution. So remember the solution, they're going to have that associated with you. So you need to get them to associate the solution to their problem with you. And that's going to be done through the content you create and providing value. And the way you're going to provide values, as you remember, values created when you alleviate pain, which is just a mental or emotional discomfort. And this is going to be done through a call to action. So a call to action is very simple. It's calling them to act on something. So when you call somebody to act on something, you're saying, hey, go do this if you want this. And that's going to be done through knowing what they want. So if you know what somebody wants, then you're going to be able to say, hey, act on this thing. And then what you're going to be able to do is congregate your leads there. Remember, lead is just somebody you have contact with. So you want all of your leads to be in contact in one place, whether this is a community, maybe it's an email list, maybe it's a Instagram page. Wherever this is, you have to have all of your leads' contact information somewhere, so that way you're able to do this next step, which the next step is going to bring you to nurturing. So nurturing is just warming something and getting it ready. Warming it up like you nurture a child. You're nurturing this person, you're nurturing these people to warm them up and get them hot and ready to act in the next step. So this is going to be the nurturing system. Nurturing systems are super powerful because what you can do is provide genuine value and deeper value for exclusive access. And the best part about this is that when you provide value for exclusive access, then what you're going to be able to do is say, okay, this value you're providing in this, having this exclusive access, these people are serious about acting, but not only that, they're going to be closer to being this that's more likely to pay you. The reason for this is because they've gotten exclusive access to something. So it's really this exclusivity times by value. Because if you can create exclusivity, what you then do is only get the people who are ready to buy, number one. Number two is you get the people who are ready to act. And number three is you get the right people because you can choose who are there, who you nurture. And then finally, what you're going to do is have your offer. Well, your offer isn't just going to be out there and say, hey, buy from me. You're going to have to use a system that I've created actually that's called 2-Call Close. Specifically within that 2-Call Close, it's called the Relationship Converter. This Relationship Converter is basically about building a relationship with this person, which you have done throughout the rest of this process, but you're going to do it even on a deeper one-on-one level. And the way you're going to do this is through just talking and actually listening to them and figuring out who they are. And if you want to understand a little bit more about how to implement this Relationship Converter, then click the top link in the description. You can get free access to it there. So with that being said, is that with this Relationship Converter and building a relationship with these people, eventually your goal is to get them on a call. And the reason why I said 2-Call Close is because you're getting them on the first call to identify their problem. And then the second call is going to be identify the solution. So there's 2 calls. And then number 1 is identify the problem. You guys are going to sit there together and just talk and have a conversation. And if they have a problem that you can solve, so remember, the problem that you are solving for your offer, if they have a problem you can solve, then what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to solve that problem. And then you can get them into the next call by asking, hey, by the way, I have a solution to this problem, which is basically this offer I have, which is going to get you to X, Y, and Z goal. Would you be interested in hopping on another call to talk about this problem so that way you can actually solve this and get to where you want to be? Almost all the time, they're going to say yes. I've almost never had somebody say no, and I've booked over like 500 calls just doing this. So when you get them on the second call, which you can just use Zoom or whatever you're going to use, then you're going to talk about the solution. So you're going to talk about the solution, and you're going to say what it is. But you're not going to say how you're going to do it. So you're going to say what it is. So like, what is the solution? And on top of that, what you're going to ask them is questions. These are going to be deep questions that are going to understand their motivations, their desires, their wants, and their limiting beliefs. So that way you can leverage those, because sales, now we're setting up your sales system. Sales fundamentally is leveraging people's beliefs and wants to get them to sell themselves on your solution. And when you can get them to sell themselves on working with you and your solution, they're going to be hot and ready to buy. And remember that when they're hot and ready to buy, this is going to be super powerful, because what your whole solution is in your offer, you're offering the solution to their problem, which is stopping them from getting to their desired progress level. And then you just sell to the fact that you're going to get them to that point. Now I know you're not getting as many sales and you're not making as much fucking money as you want to. And that's a problem. You've been sitting here trying to make money, watching videos like this. That's why you're watching all the way through. And you just still haven't gotten to where you want to be. Well, that's why I actually created a completely free course that's going over every single thing that you would need to know to be able to effectively use your audience and your existing network to make more sales and actually start making the money you want going into 2025. If you're interested in that and you're interested in actually making sales and then destroying your competition who doesn't have access to this, click the top link in the description and apply to get access to my free community, which is then as soon as you join, you're going to get access to this course called Exclusive Money Making Methods, which is going to allow you, once you apply all that information, to apply everything I just taught you here into your business, meaning you make way more money, and it's all for free. So start taking action now. I don't know what you're waiting for. Click the top link in the description. Or don't, and live that life that most people do, because they just don't take advantage of opportunities, and they don't do that, and they end up living a mediocre life. I guess the choice is yours, man. And I think we both know which is the right one.